Hey, Imago kids! Welcome back. We've got another science experiment. It's Tuesday, so that means my friend Dr. Professor Sciencey McScienceface must be here somewhere. It seems every time I leave, he shows up. So I hope to see him today. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But he'll be here later, I'm sure. But I said we're going to start celebrating birthdays. So we've got a couple birthdays that we want to celebrate. This is our first day celebrating them, though. So some of them have already happened. So we're going to, if you're wishing them a happy birthday at home, shout extra loud to make up for the fact that we're a little late. So our first one is Abby. Her birthday was on April 1st. Happy birthday, Abby. Adeline, your birthday was on the 6th, so happy birthday, Adeline. I hope it's been fantastic. McKenna, happy birthday. Yours is today, right on the 7th when this is coming out, so happy birthday, McKenna. And my friend Jackson, happy birthday, man. I know your birthday is happening right now as well. Hope you and Mom and Dad are having a lot of fun. Today, also, we've got Ellie and Sadie. You guys are twins. They're twins, guys. They're twins, so they have the same birthday. So happy birthday to both Ellie and Sadie. I hope your day is fantastic. And then tomorrow is Corbin's birthday. So happy birthday, Corbin. I hope you have a lot of fun with your family celebrating at home. And you guys get to everybody whose birthday it was, get to do something special. So we're also want to ask about your acts of kindness. Who's done some? Yeah? You did some? Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad you're doing them. Some of you haven't, though. I think you'll get there soon. If not, I'll remind you again. You can tell your parents. Right in the description of this video, there's a link for the 100 Acts of Kindness poster, and you guys can print that off. So every time you do an act of kindness, we're going to have a big prize for the person who gets to 100 the first. That's what I just decided that right now. We're going to have a prize for the person who gets to 100 Acts of Kindness first. So you do that, and we'll give you a big special shout out for everybody that completes it. Right here on our Imago Kids videos. So yeah, that's awesome. Parents, again, if you're watching with us, there's craft packs prepared for every one of our kids ministry videos, both the science experiments on Tuesdays and our Bible stories on Thursdays. And those are already, you just need to contact us and we have the packet all put together. If not, the links for all crafts of today's video and even maybe to replicate the science experiment are down in the links below. So make sure to like and subscribe so you guys can get everything that's coming out on Tuesdays for experiments and Thursdays for our Bible stories. But today we want to talk about speaking life. And that's a funny way of just saying that we want to be encouraging. We want to use our words for good. So in Genesis chapter 2, we already talked about Genesis in our Bible stories. If you haven't seen that, when Adam and Eve were made, that's a couple episodes ago. Did you guys watch our video with Adam and Eve? Oh, cool. I'm glad you watched them. That's awesome. I hope you're enjoying them. We're going to do lots more. But when God creates Adam and Eve, He does it in a really cool way. God's words are so powerful. He's speaking and everything's coming into existence. He says, let there be light. Bam! There's light in the whole world, in the whole universe. Light, it begins to exist. And then He just keeps speaking everything into existence. Animals and birds and water and sun and moon and everything happens. Just because God says it. And it happens. But then something really cool happens. When God makes people, He does something different. He doesn't just say, let there be people. He makes a human, He makes Adam out of dirt in the ground. And then He reaches down and breathes right into him. And with that, the very breath of God, what was in God's lungs, that's what helps Adam come to life. So we live because God breathed into us. That means words, when God was creating, were super powerful. But when you're speaking and when I'm talking right now, what comes out of your mouth? Air. Yeah, air comes out of your mouth even when you're talking. Good job. And our words have power. Now, I can't say, let there be, let there be chocolate. Is there chocolate? Oh, no, man. Let there be, I got one. Let there be marshmallows. Cool, huh? That was awesome. We got a marshmallow. Now that's for our science experiment with Dr. Professor Sciencey McScienceface. But my words aren't that powerful. I can't say things and make things appear. And I don't think you can either. If so, can you tell me that you can? And then we can work some cool stuff out. We'll get some ice cream made with your powerful words. But our words are powerful in other ways. How we speak affects other people. Have you ever had somebody say something mean to you? I'm sorry that some of you guys have had that. It's no fun when somebody says something mean, right? It hurts right here in our hearts. It makes us feel really sad. Me and my kids, we read a book about emptying and filling people's buckets by the words that we use. I think that's a really cool image. And I think it's one that the Bible recognized too. In Proverbs is a whole book just of wise ways to live, of really smart ways that we should be living, the best ways to be living. It has a couple things to say about our words. In Proverbs 15:4, it said, gentle words bring life and health. But deceitful tongue, that means a cheating or a lying tongue, crushes the spirit. It hurts people. Second one's this. In Proverbs 16:24, it says, kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healthy for the body. Now, back then, when these words were written, they didn't have candy at all. So the very sweetest thing they could have was honey. So kind words are like the best food ever for our souls, for our hearts, for how we feel. Kind words are the best thing. Have you guys ever had somebody say something kind to you? Yeah? What was the favorite thing that somebody said that was kind to you that you still remember today? Awesome. I heard somebody say, I love you. That's a cool one. That one's one of my favorites. I try to say that as much as I can to my family, to my kids, and to my wife. But all those to say, our words are powerful. And we've got a science experiment to show you this, but man, Dr. Professor Sciencey McScience Face is always late. So I'm going to go run and I'm going to see if I can find him, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys? Sounds good. I'll see you when I get back with him. I hope he doesn't show up while I'm gone again. Okay, I'll see you soon. Hey, Amago kids! Nice to see you! Have you guys seen Pastor Kyle? Do you know where he went? That way again? That's where he went last week. When am I going to cross paths with that guy again? But you guys have been speaking about something. What have you been talking about with Pastor Kyle? Oh, cool. Yeah, talking about how our words are important. That's awesome. We have two choices that we can make with our words. We can either speak life, that means speak good words to people, or we can speak death. That means we can hurt people with our words. We can do either one of those things, but there's not really an in-between. We're always speaking good ways or bad ways. It's not even just in the words we say, it's even the tone and how we say them that changes people. I mean, if somebody says to me, hey, Dr. Professor Sciencey McScience Face, how are you doing? And I say, good. Do you think I'm actually doing good? No, that's right. Or if my mom, Mrs. Dr. Professor Sciencey McScience Face, if she asked me to clean my room and I said, fine, does it sound like I really want to clean my room? No, that's not true. So even how we talk have the ability to bring life and goodness to people around us. So this is one of my favorite science experiments I've got ready for you guys. I wish Pastor Kyle was here. I don't know where he went, but we're going to get right into it. So I'm going to flip over. We're going to flip over to our other camera over here. Bam! So we've got a few different things. Pastor Kyle, I think, was going to show you guys that we had marshmallows ready. So this is a marshmallow, but I drew a face on him so you can see him. Squish him. Bloop, bloop. So you can see it's a real marshmallow. All right, and then I've got a glass right here. You guys can see that. I've got a straw put into this lid. Parents, if you guys are doing this experiment at home, you don't actually need a lid like this. You can also use Play-Doh, which is why I've brought it. I just chose to use the extra large marshmallow so people can see this experiment really clearly on our cameras. But if you use a regular size marshmallow, you can just do this with a cup with a smaller lid on it. What I've done, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our Play-Doh and I'm going to shove it, I'm going to seal this bottom side up. So I'm going to seal that really tight. You guys can see that? So I make it so there's no air getting in or out. Okay? And then I put the Play-Doh around the top and do the same. Squish it nice and tight. So you guys can see that? So there's no air getting in or out through this lid. Again, if you guys just have a bottle and a straw, it'll work just right at home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put our marshmallow inside our cup. You can see him there. I'm going to put my straw in behind him. And then I'm going to seal my jar. One more time, parents. You don't need to have a lid for this to work, but you just need to have an airtight seal, or even kids, if you guys are trying this one at home on your own. Make sure you got really this, and I'm going to use my straw to suck the air out of this. Ready? Watch this. Let's try that again. Our face turned. Oh, there's my other face. I drew two faces on him. Ready? We'll try this again one more time. See how much of a difference that made? That made the marshmallow, the breath in our lungs. If I took the air out of that, it made the guy really bigger. But if I blow into it, let's see what happens. You see how it makes him smaller. Now, in our talk, the different things we can draw our line to the experiment. So our words have the ability to change people. What is in our lungs. So when you guys breathe and your words come out, air is coming out with it. And the air that we use changes the people around us. And so this experiment shows us our words have power. When I use my words one way, it made the marshmallow bigger and excited. And when I use my words another way, or the air that I have another way, it shrinks them down and makes them feel small. So you guys have the ability to choose to use your words to help make people bigger and feel better and awesome by using words that are kind and gentle. And how you speak to people will change them, and I think it'll change you too. Why don't we pray, and then I'm going to go find Pastor Kyle. You guys can say this after me. Dear Jesus, help me use my words for good. Amen. Simple as that. Guys, if you want, you talk to your parents. Maybe you guys can replicate this science experiment at home. But thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go find my friend Pastor Kyle. He just keeps leaving, and he's kind of supposed to be here doing these with me. So I'm going to go find him. We'll see you next Tuesday.